Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for another makeover. Today we are finally tackling our oldest son's bedroom. We figured it was about time since we've lived in our house for well over a year now. You guys know how that goes. Time just gets away from you. But as you can see, we are starting with a pretty blank slate. We actually painted the walls of his bedroom this off-white color about a month or so after moving in because originally they looked like this. Very girly, very bright, very turquoise, complete with Louis Vuitton logos on the wall. So we have made some progress in the space since moving in, but today we are going to be customizing this to our son Luke's style and interest, which just happens to be football in the NFL Chiefs team. So I'm going to be adding some function into this bedroom and making this a space that represents him, as well as give him a space that he can relax in and enjoy for years to come. And we are doing this all on a budget. As usual, I'm going to be sharing a few tips throughout the video, but to start out, we are going to be painting this back wall to bring some focus into the bed area and also ground the space just a bit.
Nothing out there could ever stop me from chasing after the way you love me. Keeping me up 2 cups of coffee. Baby, you make me feel so lovely. I keep on running, no, I should've wanted a I keep on falling right into your dawn, I can't get you off my mind. So sweet, yeah, I need it from you. Got my hands all on you, sweet. Everything I wanted, sugar like yes, please, love is like candy. Sweet, yeah, I need it from you. Got my hands all on you, sweet. Everything I wanted, sugar like yes, please, love is like candy. Oh, what a rush each time you catch me, chasing after the way you love me. Color my life up like confetti.
Let me know if you guessed the color that we are going with in this room. This color that we chose is Hail Navy by Benjamin Moore, and we actually use this color in our theater room upstairs, and I love it because it gives a very subtle color while still keeping things neutral and also very versatile so that we can still kind of play around with decor and not worry so much about clashing with the paint color. If you've been here for a while, you might remember that we also used a very similar color to this in our basement in our Utah home. That one was Bare Poppy Seed, and we loved that one too. It was just slightly different, maybe a little bit less navy color to that one, but we have honestly shared so many different makeovers on this channel. So if you haven't caught yourself up on them all, be sure to check out my makeover playlist. There are lots of different design styles, lots of different room spaces and different homes even. So if you enjoy makeovers, you will definitely want to get all caught up on what we've done over the years. And stay tuned because in just a few days, we will be sharing our middle son's bedroom makeover as well. And then next week, we are sharing our youngest son's bedroom makeovers. They are all going to be totally different from each other, so lots of fun things to come. Be sure you're subscribed if you're not already so you don't miss out. And if you have seen some of the other makeovers, comment below and let me know which of them have been your favorites. All right, Kyle just got back from the store to get like some electrical things. We are making a tiny little bit of progress, but honestly, once I trim everything out, it'll go really fast, especially we're only doing this one wall and the only like tricky parts are just the windows. So I'm gonna go ahead, finish trimming this out, then roll it on. And while I'm doing that, Kyle's going to finish getting things ready to start replacing this fan. This is just like an older fan, so we're actually going to replace it with the same style that we've done throughout the rest of the house. And we are also replacing the chandelier. Finally, the rooms that the boys moved into originally were all girls' rooms, if you remember the video forever ago. But originally it was like a teal color with Louis Vuitton decals on the wall, and they had the chandelier in here, so we haven't messed with the electrical just until we're ready to put the light up. We do have like a really fun light to put in here, and then yeah, the fan, and I'll just continue painting. But this room is like night and day from what it started out when we first moved in.
Got my hands all on you, sweet. Everything I want.
Learning to cut in has saved me hours of time, and it's also saved our budget from not having to buy lots and lots of painter's tape every single time we paint a room, which has honestly been a lot lately. But I also wanted to mention, over the years, we have found it really is worth it to get high quality paint. It will save you a lot of time from not having to do extra coats, and it will also save you money because without having to do extra coats, it's going to save you paint. So a good rule of thumb to keep in mind typically when shopping for paint is the less coverage area a paint can gives you, the thicker the paint is, and typically the higher quality it is. So for example, the paint that we are using is from Benjamin Moore. It has a smaller coverage area, but we only have to put on about 1 to 2 coats, and previous paints that we've used will have a thinner consistency but a larger coverage area. And when we've used those paints, we've ended up having to put on about 3 to 4 coats of paint. Now, this is something that definitely varies depending on the paint sheen, the color you're painting over, or the color that you're painting on, but generally speaking, these are just some tips that we've learned. All right, I got the first coat on, and some of the trim area I have 2 coats on, so we're very, very close to being done painting. Kyle is going to call me. He's going to turn off the electricity, and then we're gonna start tackling like the fan and everything while the paint dries.
All right, so let me know when the lights go off.
Okay. Nope. Oh yeah, that's him. It's off.
Cool.
Yep.
Right, sweet.
Whenever we do makeovers like these, we always try to look at every aspect of the room and not just focus on like the more obvious ones, but instead we look at things that are going to make a big impact, or like those small details. For example, things like changing out the lighting, changing up this fan that we're doing right here, also changing out door handles, or those little tiny touches. Those are sometimes the things that are going to set your space apart and really make it look very custom. We've definitely done this a few times, so it doesn't typically take us a whole long time to tag team things like this and just knock it out quickly, as long as no unexpected hiccups arise, which, as you know, they always pop up. Like, I do not know if we've done a makeover or other house projects where we haven't had hiccups come up. I feel like it's just inevitable. Something is going to go a little bit wrong and make you spend a lot of extra time doing something so silly. If you're following us over on our vlog channel, the Kyle and Amanda channel, you know exactly what I'm talking about already. But if you don't follow us over there, then stay tuned and you will find out what's been going on shortly. Smile. You're on Candy Camera.
Candy camera?
Oh yeah, I forget it's called Candid Camera.
Did you think it was candy camera?
Yeah. I forgot about that.
You're on candy camera.
I never understood it.
Candid.
That's funny, I did forget about that.
You are goofy on manners.
Felix, what are you doing? Just checking out under the cushions or under the quilt? Oh my goodness. So here Kyle is just changing out the light switches to make them a bit more compatible with the new fan, and also he's just kind of rearranging the order. Since we have had new lighting installed in the bedroom since moving in, he's just setting it up in a way that kind of makes more sense for the room. This is not any kind of like crazy electrical work. It's pretty simple, or at least that's what Kyle tells me, but he has done this so many times, so what could go wrong? Alright, it is a few days later. We actually had to cut filming short the other day because when Kai was putting in the ceiling fan, we ran into a little electrical issue and we got it all sorted out, but Kyle can explain exactly what happened a little bit better than me.
I just want it to be known, not my fault, although I was super worried. So we put 3 new switches in the box here and we put the new fan on, and I go down, I turn the breaker on, and sparks just came flying out of this box. And
one time there was like a puff of like smoke.
Yeah, a puff of smoke and sparks, and then obviously the breaker flipped, and I was like, oh man, like I really screwed up. But what really happened was there's this plastic box, and they put a screw through the back to attach to the wood, and they pinched the cable back there, and the screw went through the middle of the wires. So when I moved the switches around, it just made contact and shorted out the box. So it wasn't my fault, which I'm happy about. And luckily the switches survived and the fan survived.
Yeah.
So we're good to go. But that's what happened here.
We were joking like we entered the hiccup zone, like the twilight zone, but anytime you do house projects, it's hiccups. And you can't even like expect them. Even when you're looking, like we're expecting a hiccup, but you could never.
Yeah, like we were so careful, made sure we had everything we need, make sure all that stuff. Like there's a screw through one of the wires.
Yeah.
Like how would you ever predict that?
Like you like rewired the fan, rewired this, you're like, everything is done correctly, I don't know what's going on.
I'm just glad it wasn't my fault. That's all I cared about. I was like, did I do something? I'm not a master electrician, but I can change a switch. It's not that difficult.
Yeah.
So I'm just glad it wasn't me. It was somebody else. But we didn't, I didn't mess with that at all. That was beyond my, like I can do basic stuff, but I was like, let's call an electrician, because when you get to sparks flying out of there,
like
then
behind the wall.
Yeah, then I'm done. At that point, we'll call somebody.
Yeah, so originally on day one, we were also planning to take out Luke's gorgeous chandelier that he's been hanging out with for like a year, almost and a half. But once we ran into that electrical issue, we were like, we don't even want to start with like this electricity stuff. And anyway, so we are going to add this little moonlight in. It's super cool. And then we are going to finish everything up. We have some bookshelves to build. We have a desk to build, all the decor and everything like to kind of style it in here. So we are getting a little bit of a later start today, so we're gonna go ahead and jump right on into things. We always tease Luke about this chandelier, asking if he'll miss it when it goes away, and no surprise, he has not missed it yet. But the moonlight ended up being so cool. I will link it down below. We actually ordered it months and months ago, like shortly after moving in. We've just been hanging out with it until we did their makeovers, but I cannot wait for y'all to see how it turns out. Funny story, there ended up being a big hiccup with this moonlight as well. Now we didn't end up showing that part in this video, but we did vlog about it over on our vlogging channel called Kyle and Amanda, and the vlog channel is also linked down below if you aren't already subscribed over there. But over there we just share a lot more behind the scenes and more personal things on that channel.
Gonna wait for sparks. Hey!
and dim it?
Actually, that looks really cool.
Oh, that looks super cool.
Actually, that looks awesome, doesn't it? I think that's awesome.
That's
Look at
super
that.
cool.
Especially at night when it's dark in here.
Yeah, that'll look awesome.
Wow.
I love it.
Actually, that turned out so much better than I thought.
Yeah. All right, now that we finally have the light working, all the electrical is done, the wall is painted, we have some things to build. We're going to be building some bookshelves and a little desk, but we have to go ahead and do like the curtain rod. We have to DIY that, and also like spray paint just a few things. One of the things is going to be their little like doorknob things for their closet door, and then like a couple hooks. So we're gonna go ahead and grab anything that we need to paint so we can get that painted and just kind of let that cure in the sun for a little bit while we are doing other things. Let's head outside.
Be what you wanna be. Do what you wanna do. And if it sets you free, believe in only you. Yesterday is gone. Forget about tomorrow and the ceilings you see right through.
We have been doing our DIY curtain rods for years now, and we have shared it so many times in all of our other makeovers. So if you are not familiar with it, if you're new to the channel and you haven't heard me talk about it, go ahead and check out some of our other makeovers like the Farmhouse Makeover Series or the Rustic Makeover Series or the Boho Makeover Series. Those all are going to have detailed directions on how to do this, but these DIY curtain rods are incredible because you end up with a super sturdy, very high-end looking curtain rod for under $15 each.
Way out, inside a prison view.
If you watch my makeover videos or house projects videos like ever, you know that I love to spray paint things and just give them new life or give them a totally new style or feel. And my biggest tip for spray painting is to do several light coats. And then you want to allow them to dry between each coat. This will help you get full coverage and avoid any drips. Also, in all of the years that I have been spray painting things, this has been my top favorite brand of spray paint. It goes on almost any type of surface and it's super high quality.
No one else can create it. Take your banner and raise it to the sky. Find the moment and make it. Write your headline and raise it to the sky. No one else can create it. Take your banner and raise it to the sky.
It's just squishy.
Will you just not?
Can I just smash it together?
No, please don't. Amanda, please don't smash it.
I can tell it
Amanda,
is the way it's supposed to
Amanda, please don't smash it.
go.
No, you've known the way things go before.
That's the only reason I'm not doing it right now,
Okay.
but it does make sense that this is how it should go.
You're learning, I'm glad.
So here we were just putting together 2 bookshelves that will attach to the wall, and I'm going to put them on either side of the bed. They'll end up acting as side tables, but they'll also bring your eye up, helping the ceiling to feel taller, and it also is going to give him the freedom to change up what he keeps on them as his taste and style may change as he gets older, which I love doing things like that where it really makes these makeovers not just something that's going to last a year or two, but something that can really grow with him. It just makes things a lot more easy to manage and also keeps it in the budget instead of having to redo things because your child no longer kind of fits into the space that you created for them. And I thought it was a really unique addition to his room instead of just doing the typical side tables next to his bed. And I also just wanted to point out that in this particular bookshelf, I put everything together correctly. And in fact, I almost caught Kyle putting something together backwards. So I am currently trying to coin the phrase pulling a Kyle as meaning messing up on building furniture. He is definitely not going along with it. He still thinks that's more like pulling an Amanda, but I think I'll still give him a hard time about that for a while. We are going to be working on the boys' closets another day, but today I'm just vacuuming out a small area and I'm going to put Luke's old cue organizer in the closet and just give him a little organization in there until we figure out a better solution. And I'm also moving it in the closet to make room in his bedroom for his new desk that we will be building in just a minute. So at the moment, Luke is doing most of his schoolwork at our kitchen table, but as he gets older and gets into higher grades, I know that a desk is going to be very useful for him. And I searched and searched on Facebook Marketplace for one, but all the ones I could find weren't in good shape or they were the price of a new one. So I ended up finding this one at Target when they were having a sale on all of their furniture, and it ended up working out so super great in his bedroom. And this is actually the same desk that I used in my sister's Budget Boho Makeover Series, but I just used a different stain color in her room. But I love it so much, and I just love how modern and simple it looks.
What you want to. Please don't be polite, cause I like your attitude. Let's forget about a curfew, cause all that is stuck in my head. It's me and you, both speeding, my heart is racing, but I'm not sure I wanna pace it, cause it only does this with you. Our bodies meet, I can feel the tension, move us into the next dimension. Let's just let our bodies be true.
Okay, so this area was actually going to have something totally different above the desk. Luke and I had been looking on Etsy months ago for things for his bedroom, and he found a picture that he loved of a few of his favorite Kansas City Chiefs players, but to get it in the size that we were going to need, it was going to be well over $100 just for that one picture. And the thing about that is there's never going to be a separate use for something like that. So instead, I grabbed this canvas from Hobby Lobby that was on sale for about $12, along with a wooden hook that I already had and his Chiefs jersey that we also already had. And I put it on one of Kyle's wooden hangers, and voila, he has perfect decorations above his desk that cost us next to nothing. And the best part is he can now pull his jersey down when he wants to wear it, but when he's not wearing it, it's not just shoved in his closet or in his drawers. Instead, it's being able to add to his room, and it's something that he can look at every day. I just ended up loving this area of his room, and I feel like it ended up turning out better than the other way would have, and I also love that it was done on a tiny budget.
Let's forget about a curfew, cause all that is stuck in my head. It's me and you, both speeding, my heart is racing, but I'm not sure I wanna face it. bodies meet, I can feel the tension. Move us into the next dimension. Let's just let our bodies be true. We make out for the thrill of it. Mess around for the thrill of it. Don't stop now, never let this end. For the thrill of it, we can have it, no regret.
Alright, we are making a lot of progress. We have big stuff done, but we still need to put up the curtains and decorate like all in here, of course do the bedding and everything, but everything was everywhere. So I just went through and kind of emptied out the space. Kyle was actually going to work on doorknobs. They're super cool. They're like really meaty. We ordered them off Amazon. They're just really clean, like hardy doorknobs, and they're matte black, so they'll match the ones that we're gonna do in here, but
They're really substantial. Like they're really heavy.
it just might end up being a bigger job
just
than
gonna
like
be- yeah.
quickly switching out doorknobs.
Right, it's going to be a fairly big job, so I wonder if we could save that for like a home projects video or something.
Yeah, we'll
'Cause
probably
it's gonna
do
be a little
that
bigger.
another day. But I am so excited. Like these they are so cool looking. I don't know if this is your guys' style, but this is like 100% our style. We
Yeah.
just love like the modern sleek look.
And they're super heavy. Like,
Yeah.
They're really meaty, which
Right.
will be good. All right, well, I'll
So-
put it away. We'll do it another time.
Yeah. It's not gonna be a huge deal. Like they'll still have like the gold, on their handles for now, but the closet will be done. And then this way, if we're not having to like router out the door and all these different things, then we can get everything done tonight.
Yeah, we're just
Fingers
about done.
crossed. Yeah. So to hang up our DIY curtain rod that we cut and painted earlier, you're just going to cut 2 strips of leather, then drill a screw into the top section of it, creating a loop, and then measure where you want them to go. We put ours all the way up to the top of the ceiling, and then we make the curtain rod go about 10 to 12 inches outside of the window frame and then drill it in. And then once your straps are attached to the wall, you just slide the metal pipe into the loops, and now you have a super nice DIY curtain rod on a budget. It is incredible to me what a difference curtains can make, especially when you bring them all the way up to the ceiling. It just makes the room feel so much taller and bigger, and it also just really like kind of softens the space. I love it so much. So now it's like we have a lot of the heavy lifting done. Really, we just need to style these bookshelves and then also go ahead and tackle his bedding. One of the big parts of Luke's shelf decor was some prints that I found on Amazon, as well as some pictures I ordered as digital downloads and printed myself at Walgreens. And then I just stuck them in these $2 frames from Walmart. This is a great budget saving tip when decorating, because if you found these already set up in the store, they would easily be $10 to $15, maybe more depending on the size. but instead I spent about $10 on all of the frames that I got, plus a few dollars on the digital downloads, and they ended up looking super professional, plus they're more customized than what you would often find at the stores. And another great thing about this is if you're doing something very specific, you can almost always find digital downloads or things like that, where it might be a little bit harder to find those super customized things in store. As I'm starting the decorating process on Luke's new shelves, anything that I knew I wanted in a specific spot, I would start with those first and place those where I wanted them. And then with everything else, I'm just kind of filling in the gaps and placing those items more randomly and just seeing what fits where and what kind of looks right. I also wanted to add in not only decorative items, but also include some functioning pieces. So I'm including his football helmet that he wears each week to games and practices. This way it stores the helmet while also showing it off. He also has a football on display, and that's the football that he plays with his friends, along with more obvious things like an alarm clock and book. But don't overlook adding functional pieces like this as decor. You may be surprised what works as both decorative and functional.
Always cutting through the night. It's a song, it's a note, it's a quiet sigh. Keeps me dancing through the static, everything's alright. I think we were born for it. I think we were born for it. Hey, I think we were born for it. Never felt so at home before. Moved a lot when I was a kid. Hear your footsteps run to the door on the corner where you live. Never wishing I was someone else. We let it all go at midnight. Looking at the stars to find ourselves full of life, inspired at the same time. It's a star, it's a light, it's a signal fire. It's the sound of your voice cutting through the night. It's a song, it's a note, it's reflected light. Keeps us dancing through the static, and I hear you sigh. Said I think
Nope, backwards.
Actually, you were
I know I was right. That's why I looked at it and said nope, backwards.
I thought you were just joking.
No, I knew I was right. Just thought I'd do it the same way you do it.
Will you say what you wanna say? Will you say what you need to say? Come on, baby, let's go away.
I don't know if this happens to you, but for me, it never fails when we are minutes from finishing a project or a room. It feels like the finish line feels extra far away as I lose steam. But the last things that I wanted to do in Luke's bedroom before the big reveal to Luke was to put the bedding and pillowcases on and then finish it off with freshly vacuumed floors.
Just tell me to stay. So tell me you want me. Tell me to stay, baby.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about the rug. I found this rug months ago and I knew I had to snag it and hold on to it for Luke's bedroom. It just looked so cool and totally became like the cherry on top of his bedroom makeover. Oh my gosh, you guys, this bedroom turned out even better than I had envisioned. I love how classy it looks, how simple and functional it is. It completely represents Luke, and I'm so thankful to give him a space that's his, that gives him function that he needs, with the added bonus of it being a space that he can just hang out in and enjoy. And I love that we were able to do it on a small budget. If you look around, we really didn't do anything too crazy, yet it really doesn't feel like the same room that we started with just days before. You guys will have to let me know what your favorite part of his bedroom ended up being. I honestly don't even know if I have a favorite part. Like, I love the bookshelves, but I feel like that's very generalized. I don't know. I just love everything that we did in here. And I feel like all the little details kind of pulled together just to give such a big impact. All right, you guys, enough talking. I can't wait any longer. I have to show you Luke's reaction to his brand new room.
All right, Luke, keep your eyes closed.
Okay, I can't see anything. I promise I'm not peeking.
All right, well, you're okay. Okay, step back. Ready? And open your eyes.
Wait. Oh, this is crazy. Oh, you got the Mahomes picture as well. My helmet's up there. Oh, this is awesome. That's crazy. Oh, wait, you have the jersey. Oh, and the desk. I didn't even see that. Yeah, this is awesome. Oh, you have the 15 for my number.
Yep, we love you, bud.
Love you too. That's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Noah loved it.
I
He
know.
said, I would be happy with this if it was my room. And you still have your L.
So Luke, did you see this?
Yeah, I did see that. It's a football.
I know. It's,
That's
like
really cool.
it's so crazy.
What do you think, Liam?
It's fun.
As you can tell, Luke loved his new space, and I wanted to remind you really quickly that we are going to be doing Liam and Noah's bedroom next, so be sure you hit that subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed, and turn on that bell notification so you can be notified when those videos are released. I really hope you enjoyed seeing this room transformation, and if you want to see other makeovers that we've done over the years, I'm going to put up our makeover playlist on the screen right here so you can click on that and it will take you to all the room makeovers that we've shared here on the channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye guys!